So do you know what the guy's name is here that's going against Kendall now?
Yep. So this is Todd Lambright, I
Todd
believe.
Lambright.
Yep.
Okay. I see Jesse. He's climbing up on deck, getting ready. Got the multicolored laces. That's
Yep.
like a signal to his kids at home.
Yep. Did they come with him, or?
I don't know.
I saw his wife.
I haven't been able to talk to Jesse at all this trip, so I have no idea.
Yep. But yeah, someone asked if Kendall was shooting full bores, and no, he was shooting some silver X7s.
Yeah, we can see on the
27s
screen
maybe.
right now they're definitely Easton
X7.
X27s.
Yeah, I think, yeah, those are big daddies. And for Darren, you're asking, is there a knock-on shooter shirt coming? Oh, yeah. And it is here. I don't want to give it away at home, but I'll show Riles, and you can make your reaction legitimate.
He's going to show me a picture here of what's coming. So who's making it up for you? Is this a printed job for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I finished it. So this will be the build right here.
That's hot. So that's going to be a dye sub shirt, kind of like some of the others.
It's got the side panels right here. Obviously the sleeves.
That looks good. That'll be pretty bright. You'll be able to see that out there, and I love, again, the arrow motif. That looks great.
So, yep. Sorry for all you guys listening. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, there is a
that looks good.
Pretty awesome shirt coming, as well as a brand new Pro Staff hat.
That's hot. Now, I like that. Got the logo in the right place for a right-handed shooter to be on camera so you can actually see the logo.
Yep. And
that's pretty brand specific for not being brand specific.
Yep. It's ideally I want something to where archers can wear it any time and they're not picking a brand. But yeah, I'm definitely
not picking a brand as far as a bow company or Okay, I get what you're trying to say now. That's why I was confused, because you're a brand. And so when you're saying I'm branded without being branded, you meant manufacturer, not brand
absolutely.
specific. Okay.
I'm all
you
about
can be nobody but be somebody.
Yeah, I'm all about just helping grow archery. I like it when someone can wear something, walk into a restaurant, and people know you're an archer, but you're not like kind of totally picking a side where you go in with one buddy and he's got the brand X and the other buddy has the brand Y. A lot of times people send me, like Q&As, and they'll say like, hey, I shoot a Matthews Conquest, sorry. And it's like, well, wait a minute. I've shot lots of different brands.
Yeah.
And, right now, I love Hoyt. I shoot Hoyt. I'm happy here. I really like what's happening. Obviously, you're the same.
Yep.
But we also totally respect that, you look at someone like these two guys.
All right, here we go. Lambright and Woody, first arrow.
Oh, yeah. I'm curious
about
this.
They get a practice stand here? No, they don't, because they have it on deck.
Yep, they have it on. And
Woody got it. Lambright's got it.
Oh. TL. He looks pretty in the zone. I'm kind of thinking.
Jesse, very relaxed on his front bow
Very relaxed on the front arm.
Hardly any touch with the face.
Yeah, I love no facial pressure. I think the best archer of all time with minimized facial pressure and just probably the best all-time arrow flight I've ever seen is Dave Stepp.
11-11. I've never watched him shoot that much. He's more 3D, and, I'm more bullseye, so I didn't get to see him too much. He came out a little bit for Vegas and a few of the others.
Yeah.
Where is he? Is he still shooting?
Oh, yeah, he's in Phoenix. He's running Mile High Archery. Got a great shop out there.
So both Lambright and Woody A lot of face contact on the string.
Yeah, you can't even see the string on these
Lambright's
guys.
got a little, what do you call that, brace on his
Tennis
elbow there
elbow.
for tennis elbow. Got to do his wrist exercises to fix that.
He needs some shiatsu. He needs what they call stripping. I actually travel down to Tulsa 4 times a year to have a specialist actually get in, and they actually go in and dig and fully separate all the muscle fibers to remove that scarring that's in there. It really does make a difference. He's out. He's here to play.
Yeah.
This is a great match. I mean,
yeah, well, he's not standing there because he got lucky. I mean, the guy can shoot.
He can.
You don't get to be there if you can't shoot.
But not totally recognizing the name is kind of what's fun about a tournament, too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always somebody, though. The new guy who shows up and, he can shoot.
Yeah, it's kind of like I went to face-to-face years ago, and Brian Helen shows up and just and it's
good old Brian. Boom. Second place.
Yeah,
it's like, where did you come from?
Yeah. Hello?
Hey.
What do you do for
You're
a
new.
living? I'm a full-time dad. I got 2 kids at home. I just shoot, and my wife works. It's like,
all right, Lambright
okay.
has got one.
One
got
out.
one low. Looks like a 10. Woody's got everything in so far. Final arrow. And the camera clicks away so we can't see where it hits.
Oh, no.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
He got it.
Maybe.
Lambright's got one more.
Maybe.
Oh, wait a minute. I was looking at the wrong
Yeah,
pulse.
what are you looking at?
No, he's got it. He's got it.
He's strumming to the music. Look, he's got a little guitar going on. Little din. He's rocking it.
Lambright
that's
just missed
over.
another one.
That's over.
That's experience.
Big Daddy. K-Dubs in the house.
66 to 54.
Look, Jesse's sizing him up. You know Jesse's like, I can take you, you little punk.
I wonder if Jesse's even thinking about anything other than, I think I'll eat steak later.
I don't know. To be honest, that anyone's guess is as good as ours about what he's thinking right now. I mean, he could be thinking about roller coasters. He's probably thinking about like playing Barbie with his kids or something at home. I mean, 100%. So I'm watching Kelly Ward shoot over here against herself. So
was she doing a warm-up or something? Oh, no.
Or is she
like an on-deck practice happening here?
Or does she just want to shoot? She might just want to shoot.
Or maybe her competitor didn't turn up.
So I'm just going to shoot my arrows just in case. So let's see here. See, right here, someone just sent me a text saying a Knock On logo just made a local Oklahoma show. And here's a guy in the background of the TV with a Knock On shirt.
All right.
So it's like, hey,
definitely visible.
I'm an archer, and I have friends. So we've got some friends listening here. I'm just now checking my text. Just got a text from George Riles. He's saying,
let me tell the guys where I'm going, and I'll be there in a minute. That was a good while ago.
Yeah. What was that, 3 hours ago?
It feels like 3 hours ago.
Sorry.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, sorry.
You know I need to be fed every hour and a half, right?
Yep. Yep. one thing that we haven't talked about here, actually the whole weekend, and I'm going to talk about it right now, is you look down here and you see so many of these guys with custom sets of strings and cables on their bow. And
you can't swing a dead cat in here without hitting a custom string maker.
Yep. Well.
And you know what? Everybody has this special knot that no one else knows, and their string is better than everybody else's.
Well, I know what I've shot for a long time, personally.
I know what I've shot for a long time, too. What do you shoot?
I shoot Winner's Choice.
You do?
Yep.
I shoot my own. I don't manufacture strings for anybody but me. And bow hunters who come into the shop and buy strings.
Well, I can tell you this.
Mine are unadorned, plain Jane G strings.
By the time I actually dug into a drawer and picked out what color I wanted, I could have already went on the Winner's Choice website and had them ordered, and they'd be at my house by the time I thought about it again. So, but in all reality, it is a very, very wise investment for anybody out there who, for me, when I'm buying a super high-end bow, I've never understood why someone's like, well, $100 for a new string and cable. I mean, if you're at a high-end level and you're putting that many arrows through your bow, it's literally the one piece of thing that ties everything together.
Yeah, you got nothing. If you got bad strings, you got nothing.
Yeah. So, I mean, you look out here, you look at these guys, they've got, their peeps are in the same position at rest as they are at full draw. These guys aren't wanting to go to tournaments and have to worry about serving separation.
It's pretty much craftsmanship that separates the different companies.
Oh,
How long will they last?
Yep.
How well are the knots made? And what kind of behavior do you get as you draw the strings back? And you know what? I've tried a whole bunch of different brands, so I'm not going to be brand specific.
Yep.
And I've had great luck with a whole bunch of different ones. And I make my own stuff, so I don't hang out with, one brand or another. But I've played with a lot and installed a lot of different brands on bow hunters' bow and target shooters' bows. And I can't say that there are any of them out there that are really bad either.
Well, I've definitely shot some bad ones.
Yeah.
But I've also had a lot just come up, people saying, here, can you try this?
Right.
I make a really good string, and you kind of put it on, and then you pull it back, and your peep gets you dizzy, and you're like, okay, that's gone.
Okay, here we go again. They're lining up again.
So they shoot right now, they're shooting 2 ends of 6 arrows to see if they can throw down their 120. And this will be pretty cool.
Kendall's
because
jamming out over there. Look at him bobbing his head, strumming his quiver there. He's ready to go.
He's in the zone. In the zone.
Kendall looks like a guy just as soon cut you as to talk to you.
What?
Pretty straight-faced individual.
Okay, let's speak hypothetical right now.
All right.
Oh, so now the
girls are lining up.
Now the senior pros and the women pros have stepped to the line over here on this end.
Erica Jones, Kelly Ward, and I do not know this other girl that's standing next to Kelly.
Yeah, we're going to need to get an updated list for the women's and the senior pro shooters. If we could get a list of who the top 8 are in these classes, just so we can keep you guys informed. But just let's speak on a hypothetical level. If Jesse Broadwater and Kendall both got into it, next round, something goes down, Kendall says, your shoelaces make you look like a sissy. And Broadwater's takes the quiver off and just says, are we going to do this? What would be Broadwater's strategy on Kendall?
See, Kendall has age and experience.
Yep.
And that's dangerous.
Yep.
Right? But Jesse is fit. He's like a wire. So he may just be able to fire right through there. Speed and power. Well, what do you think?
If I was Jesse, I would run and call Greg Poole.
Yes, Greg Poole is right there standing behind Jesse. So
I think, yeah, I think Jesse has a little Greg Poole pocket pal. He like kind of pulls him out. I've got a good story about Greg Poole. One time we were at the U.S. team trials in Chula Vista, and you have the break between first morning session and the afternoon eliminations. So we kind of all scramble. We went to a Subway, and big GP's in there mowing down a foot long, and some little California kid backs right into his car and like goes to do a hit and run. So like big GP like stands up, the whole bar, the chair like does the like that.
yeah.
So I mean everyone's looking, and here this giant stands up with this foot long sub. There's like lettuce hanging out both sides of his mouth, and he's like, "Who hit my car?" And it's kind of like the guy at the end of Happy Gilmore when he's like kind of running, the guy with the nail in his head. So he's like running down the road like trying to get to this car, and the kid had to stop at the end of the thing. So obviously, Greg kind of pounds on the top of the roof, and he's like, "Hey,
get out of the car."
And it's Greg, so it's not like he's like, "I'm going to tear your head off." He's more like, "Hey, dude, you hit my car." But to the kid, it's like, "Oh my God,
this
a real
man.
life Hulk Hogan is standing outside of my car."
Yeah,
and
Greg is not to be messed with.
The kid just locked his door and rolled his windows up and called his dad.
That's what I would do. I would be afraid that wouldn't be enough because, Greg strikes me as one of those guys that had an opportunity to beat you to dust. He's like, yes, he talked back to me.
I don't know. I think Greg would hit you one time and then have to apologize. Man, the wheels came off. Look at that.
Yeah.
The Woodster said, "Take this 120 and run." Well, he did miss one last round, but that is great shooting right there. He's got the finger guitar going. He's jamming some guitar. He's cruising through people. So is this his third head-to-head?
Yep. Third one.
Third one. Oh, sorry, everyone. I stopped talking. I actually I just dazed off and started looking at Griv over here talking to someone and kind of forgot I was actually supposed to do a job right now. So let's, obviously all you guys are like rubbing your hands together, waiting for Jesse to step up and see what happens. And obviously we're all waiting for that, but Woody's shooting really good. So this is going to be an awesome matchup. We've got a little bit of time here between rounds, so if any of you guys online or gals got anything to that you want us to chat about, type it up. Let's hear it. So this is a really cool event, everybody. I mean, other than this last part of the day, I'm just listening to Rob. Other than this last part of the day right here where some of these matches are going on at opposite times, a lot of that too is so people in the crowd are able to watch these different matches happen, and so everyone's not trying to watch 4 different categories at one time. So I'm sure by next year we're going to work through every little bit of technical difficulty that we've had this year. And by next year, we're going to be able to totally be up to date and get through all these small things that we've had as a little bit of a hiccup. So let's see. I'm wondering here. Rob's trying to rally the crowd, so I don't want double feedback. The question is, Will this match right now come down to a shoot-off
between
Kendall and Jesse?
I'm going to be optimistic and say yes. I want it to come down to a shoot-off. I want it to be.
Well, this has been, I think, a pretty dang fun day. That's for sure. So we've got a lot of people out there from around the world listening to us. My phone's kind of texting off here.
Yeah, I'm kind of blowing up over here too.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
It's like someone's like, I'm going to disrupt this whole broadcast just so I can send Dud a text and say, you're sucking
Rob is
right
going to
now.
fire me. I have actually destroyed the chair. So
I think at the
done.
end of this shoot, we can actually throw that thing off this balcony. But it has been solid. There's just no foot control there. Yep. So, yeah.
So Stephen Gatto sent me a text, said that Jesse and Kendall are actually best buddies. They constantly work together, help each other out.
Well, we'll see how it goes. So does he know who will win the fight?
Yeah, Stephen, tell us. Who will win the fight?
Steve, have you seen a
between
Broadwater?
Jesse and Kendall.
Yeah, have you seen the fight in action? I got Tom Take No Prisoner Collins here saying that it was nice to hear me shut up for a minute.
Chris Perkins right in the camera.
And there's a good chance he can be right on the middle of the podium.
Yeah, the kick and shoot. He's the current world indoor record holder, so he's not here by accident either.
No, he is an indoor shooting machine.
Shooting Easton arrows for the first time.
Yep.
He was normally a CXL guy.
So a very good chance he could shoot a 600 instead of a 599. All right, this is going to be a great match right here.
Jesse with the down angle stabilizer too.
Both of them are identical. The front of Jesse's is black, but other than that, they both have almost identical rear weight. And Jesse's just going to say
12 o'clock for Jesse, dead center for Kendall. Jesse's going to look at that one.
Yeah. As if, it's funny. It's like as if you really need to know where it is.
I have watched Jesse clean courses since he was like a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
When I was working for Martin Archery, we were sending him bows. He was shooting little tiny Martin gazelles, and just like blowing it up.
Yeah, Tony Clem out there teaching him how to run those field courses.
It's cool to see somebody like Jesse who has completely grown up in the sport from like basically an infant, and now he's like one of the leaders of the pro division.
One year, Jesse and I were actually on the same target in Vegas. It came down to
Jesse has a 10.
Yep.
So he's now 1 point behind Kendall.
Yep. You don't have room to make those mistakes.
That's one thing about Jesse. I'm watching him shoot, and I was kind of ignoring where the arrows were hitting on the target. And looking at him, you could not tell where his arrows hit.
Look at that.
No contact whatsoever.
No contact. That's really nice. No possible. They're so opposite, these two. You look at Kendall with the mega amount of facial contact and pressure, and then you look at Jesse with none. Just really two completely different techniques. But one year, Jesse and I actually came to the last day of Vegas, and Jesse and I were on target 1 at Vegas, and it was the first time I really had shot with Jesse on the same target, and he never said one word the whole day. He literally just wrote down scores, never said a single peep, and then all of a sudden he shot 1-9, and he's just like, damn. And I looked at him, I'm like, really? I said, you waited all day to say that? Wow. Great shooting,
It's funny
Kendall.
when you're talking to Jesse face-to-face, he's fairly quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're exchanging text messages or emails, he's like writes a whole conversation.
Yep. I've seen him to the point where he talks so much you kind of want to. You say, I have to go. You can keep talking, but I said that the other day. Once you can get him talking, then he almost won't stop. Oh,
Jesse stopping for an autograph right in the middle of a match.
yeah, right in the middle of the match. How nice is that? Rob's daughter. He's got so many little dedicated youth archers here around
He's got
this.
a great program
Yeah.
going right now.
Lancaster Archery Academy. There we go.
There's
We got the
laces.
shoelaces. We got the girl and the boy. Just a true ambassador to the sport right there. You know, Jesse's a great guy. Very color coordinated.
It has the binocular strap, the quiver.
Yeah.
Everything
Kendall's
reflects.
sanitizing.
Yeah.
He wants to make sure that he's not passing any germs after he shakes Jesse's hand goodbye here in about 6 more arrows. I think he's up by 1.
Yeah, I think so. Kendall's clean. Jesse's down 1, if I'm remembering right.
In all fairness, though, everybody, he could actually be starting to get a little bit of sweaty, greasy palm, be sliding a little bit on his riser, so he's wanting to just get some alcohol and try to get that cleaned up so he doesn't feel like he keeps slipping any on his riser.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Kelly Ward down here. We got Ward versus Reynolds in this bale in front of us. I'm not really sure the score. Looks pretty close, though, to be honest with you.
And I'm watching Erica over here on the on deck, and she is popping it.
Yeah. You might as
Eventually, the girls are going to come around to the idea that there is absolutely no reason that they shouldn't be shooting identical scores to the men indoors.
Yep.
Now, I could imagine outside maybe you could say, I don't pull as much weight or, whatever. But indoors, it should be, there's no reason why they couldn't be identical.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they're coming around to it.
And outdoors. Honestly, I've, back in the day, there was several outdoor preparation style tournaments that several of us pros went to, and I spent a lot of early prep tournaments shooting against Van Natta. And back in Jamie's heyday, she was so dangerous at 70 meters.
She's still dangerous.
But I'm just saying, I'm talking, you don't shoot 58s even when you're practicing against her because she's throwing down some thunder.
She came down and practiced with us, early one spring because, she's in Toledo.
Mm-hmm.
And she came down to Georgia and spent a practice week with us. And, man, she killed it.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of embarrassing the way she beat me up while she was in town.
Yeah.
Some of the junior boys, they had girls mixed in with the division, and there were several girls that whipped them. And they were saying, man, the girls are shooting as good as we are. I said, yep, that's happening, so just get used to that.
Yep. Well, it looks like Superman just won the maybe the barebow class.
Oh, that guy. He's the guy that I was telling you about that was just destroying it yesterday. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's shooting compound freestyle scores, barebow.
I love that. There's nothing cooler than someone that's just completely standalone master at their little element. It's like watching Byron Ferguson.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
You watch it and you're just like, wait a minute, this isn't even real.
So Perkins doesn't seem to be hamming it up.
So Reynolds just beat Kelly Ward, and now we've got
Reynolds and Erica.
Yep. Got Reynolds versus E. Jones. And then we've got some people setting up here for the men's senior open. Rob's starting to get more excited here, so the more excited he gets, the quieter I have to be while he's talking, because I'm pretty sure everybody can hear that. But we've got, it looks like D. Wild here is still in. I can't really tell.
He was on deck just a minute ago warming up.
Oh, he was? So he's going against Coleman. D's going against Coleman. We've got Reynolds versus Jones.
D with the all-black dress.
I said
hair.
that today. He went from being a kung fu master to now he's a ninja.
This is his business attire here.
Yeah.
Wants to have proper attire, you know, to lay people to rest. So he's in all black.
Back like with the pallbearer for the Undertaker. Back in the WWF days. So, let's see. I am going to stand up and stretch my legs. I feel like I've been folded up in economy class for about 6 or 7 hours here.
Yeah, that's when the joke's on you, tall guy.
Yeah.
Let's go fly somewhere. Want to fly to New Zealand?
I have.
That is a haul.
Yep.
I'll be going there probably April to do my deal down there, and I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't remember the name of the club right this second.
Oh, okay.
They just sent something to me.
Yep. Yeah, those. It's really fun down there. I've been down there a few times and done a lot of shooting down there too. It's different. Some good, very good archers down there as well. You know, obviously between Australia and New Zealand. Is it possible for us to get a camera on the women's pro? It'd be nice to be able to see. Once it gets going, I want to be able to see Erica and Reynolds go at it. We've got a shoot-off going on down here at the other end. I'm not sure who it is. We got someone in a Lancaster shirt.
So it's Kevin Watson down in New Zealand that's putting that together for me.
Cool. So in the Masters Open, we've got some final results here. Steven Santos won with a $1,400 payout. Glenn Talley second. Brian Caton in third. Michael Price, Matt Setzler, Carl Weber, Tom Lynch, Brian DeBona, Chris B., Kent Steigel, Gregory Walker, Stan.
Why is Chris B in Masters Open?
I have no idea. Brent Franklin. So got a couple interesting results there, and this is going to be an awesome match. I can tell you right now. This match here between Perkins and Woody is going to be really good. There's a very good chance we could see perfection on both ends, without a doubt. Got a little bit of a break in the action. And hopefully all you out there have enjoyed today's commentary broadcast. I try to do a decent job of giving you a little bit of Dudley humor mixed in with some Dudley knowledge, swirled together with some Griv and Christian Berg. And then obviously try to focus and get serious and actually talk to you about some of the things that we really look for when diagnosing shooting technique, shooting form. Sometimes it's even fun just to watch the differences in archers. You know, some archers like to shoot the top spot first. Some archers like to shoot the bottom spot first. Some archers are way more comfortable when they're shooting on the top faces versus the faces on the bottom, and then obviously vice versa. It's a good shot by Jesse. You can see that hole over there. Sometimes having that hole that's right close to that line gets tough because it kind of wants to suck you over there. You know, when you're aiming, you're sitting there staring at that hole. You look at Kendall Woody, he's literally got one arrow in the same exact hole, another one barely stretched one. Then you look at Jesse, both of his first 2 arrows have hit the hole. That's an absolute spider. It'd be fun to have a very high-speed camera on Kendall Woody's face. Like right there, I saw a tremendous amount of face movement at that shot where he had extra drag with the string coming off of his face. And that was the first arrow that he sent out to the right. So at some point here, maybe in the break, I want to see if I can maybe get a camera on me up here, and I want to show you guys out there a little something when I'm talking about this facial pressure. Maybe I could get one of those arrows behind me right there out of that quiver, and I can talk to you guys about a little bit of what I look for when diagnosing some of these people. So, hopefully all you out there can understand why, for me, like I said, Kendall is obviously a fantastic shooter. He's shooting awesome right now. But right there, we saw him spit that arrow out to the right when he made a good shot, but I could see a lot of face movement as that arrow came off his face. And a lot of that has to do with what I'm trying to talk about. Very close arrow there for Jesse. This could be all right. So I'm on camera. So for all of you out there, when we try to set up our anchor position and our head position, ultimately I really like to try to put this arrow in what I call the safe zone of my face, and that's really between my chin bone and the corner of my lip. Right in this trough right here is what I call the safe zone. It has the most amount of clearance. But what happens is when you start to anchor too low as an archer, ultimately that arrow shaft comes down with your anchor point. So when your shaft is right here on your jawline, and what was happening there with Kendall when I saw that facial movement is when the shaft is right here on your jawline, and a lot of times once you start to over aim or pull, you're wanting to pull with your release hand back, but sometimes you just make a slight, you turn your head just a little bit as you're trying to pull, you end up moving your head into the bottom of that arrow shaft, and ultimately you're sending that arrow out in that direct path. So for me, when I set people up, I really try to focus on that safe zone of the face so that if you do have a little bit of inconsistency in your head position, you don't determine the path of that arrow when it first leaves the bowstring. So we've got the Grivster here. I don't know how.
I walked away for a second. Where are we at with Woody and Broadwater?
So Woody has one that's definitely questionable.
Well, Jesse had the one out at one point.
Yep. So this is getting really close. This may actually come down to a shoot-off by the looks of it. No one's pulling their nameplate down. I didn't see any high fives, but just so we know, we've got results here for the bear bow, and Mark Lind won bear bow, getting $1,605.
So he beat Demmer, and Demmer was the one that was lighting it up. Look at that score, 582.
582 qualifying
to
score.
549.
Yeah, so literally came down. They were 35 points different in qualification, but Mark did beat John. So we've got Reynolds 3 points ahead of Erica Jones here on the women's pro. But back
Reynolds
to bear bow.
is on fire.
Yeah, shooting great. We got Grayson Partlow, Jim Powell, Dwayne Martin, Alan Eagleton, Bill Whitman, Sean Snyder, Jared Neal, Ben Rogers to kind of finish off that top 10 for bear bow.
I actually shot with Alan Eagleton yesterday. He was a lot of fun. Those barebow guys, they know how to party.
They are. They do. Yeah. They do know how to party. And a lot of times, if you have some barebow guys in your shop, they're going to shoot some crap up. Don't leave any stuffed animals laying around because they're going to get out there and shoot some stuff. So in women's open, we've got Melissa McBride winning with an $1,800 payout, $1,845 payout in women's open. Jessica Schumann second, Katie Roth, Sachino Keene, Aaron Courtwright, Rebecca Boyer, Stella Fedora, Leanne Kiko, and then Jenna Eisenberg to finish out that money class. So congratulations to all you out there for that, and looking forward to seeing all you guys next year for sure. There was someone that asked several times about, for a first-time archer, what type of scope, dot, peep configuration to go with, what you'd recommend. So
for a first-time archer, I always recommend to keep the power very low. And with kids, I start off even with a 0 power so that they can learn how to aim and how to marry that with their shot execution without having to deal with undue sight instability, because basically it's sight movement that hangs shot execution until you have it down.
Yep.
So then once they gain more experience and as they work their way through, I allow them to walk the power up just a little bit. And as you walk the power up, keep the dot kind of big. It still makes it seem kind of slow. And then as you get more experience and learn to tolerate sight movement, or you become more stable, you can shrink the dot size down at that point. So here we go. The girls are lining up.
As are the guys. We've got a lot of shoot-offs here.
Let's see, we had a 1-arrow shoot-off all stop here, so everybody's going to stand down. Looks like Jesse and Kendall Woody are coming up for a single-arrow shoot-off.
I told you. I called that.
He called it.
Said this is going to come down
all right,
to a shoot-off.
Put your money down on it, $100. Who's going to win?
JB in the hizzy.
I'm liking Kendall. He's warmed up and rolling.
He's on the cool down.
I never bet against Jesse, but I like Kendall today.
You just did. That thing looks like a freaking bullet going down there.
Boom. Kendall dead center.
We're both right.
Kendall's is more center. If this was a FIDA shoot-off, Kendall would have it.
I actually kind of feel the Kendall thing, but I'm going with JB.
I love Jesse.
Just because
Kendall is warmed up.
It's a toss-up, but you know what? I like seeing Jesse smile, so
Jesse's going to smile no matter what.
Yeah, but he'll smile better if he's got a check in his hand. That looked nice. That was kind of a cool shot.
Bam, bam. Here we go. This is going to go closest to center now with the third arrow, isn't it?
They haven't been.
No?
No.
It's just straight score?
Yeah, it was just going and going. Once you got to the sixth arrow, it went closest to center. The first 5 were just shooting 6-5. So
here they go, shooting together. These guys are friends. They shoot together often.
Yeah. God, that looked good.
Both got it. They're making Larry run. Larry, just stay back here and shout 11.
I saw Larry come in the hotel last night about 10 o'clock with his wife.
Is he out partying with his wife last night?
No, that's like when they finally let him out of here. And he he was on the second floor with me, but he was kind of like, he was tired getting up that set of stairs. I said, are you worn out? Because, I mean, think of how many miles he did yesterday in here all by himself going back and forth. They've been wearing him out. Let's see this angle. This is nice. Ooh.
Solid.
Jesse was nice, but he wasn't as good as that last shot.
They need like a They need a barrier for Larry to stand behind so he doesn't have to run to and fro.
I mean, it is called a spotting scope. Have you ever heard of one?
Rob is calling him. Larry just has to run to verify.
Oh. Yeah.
Of course, this could be NFAA, and we could have 6 judges, and they each have to look at it, one at a time, and then have a powwow, and then they yell out the score.
Yep. That looked nice.
Yeah, that's solid.
And
Kendall, what do we got?
Oh, God. Come on.
I can't see it. It's behind the other arrow. Oh, that's out. Jesse's got that.
Yep, done.
We're done. They went 5 arrows.
Time to good job, Kendall, too. Dude, you were working it.
Jesse took it.
Yeah, Kendall was.
So everybody's like high five like Jesse just won the shoot, but guess what? Chris Perkins is standing there ready.
This is far from over. We're getting ready to. See, I like that right there. I like seeing Jesse smile. See, told you you'd laugh more knowing that he was in. But we've got someone here saying that they don't really know how to shoot with both eyes open. That was something that I struggled with when I first started shooting a scope. I was always getting a double image all the time. So I had to shoot a blinder for a couple of years.
Yep. That's usually what I recommend.
Yep.
Start with a clear blinder.
Actually, if we can keep this camera angle, I want to see these women recurve shooters here. We haven't got to see them very much. And, I want to be able to see how these guys are actually pulling through their clicker. Well, it'd be nice if we had a front view, just because right now we're actually watching the shooter on deck more than we're getting to see the shooter that's in. Good foundation right there, though. You can
She's
see
pretty solid.
Very nice. You can see that she doesn't have a lot of tension in her front arm. Ooh, that's a very good release, whoever's in the middle right there. I mean, that was very similar to what they teach on the Spanish team. Actually, when that shot happens, your release hand just kind of comes back and stops. You don't really have too much overemphasis on that pull through. Watch this middle release, though.
That girl is solid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very textbook right there in the middle.
I'm a little embarrassed that I have no idea who these girls are. I don't know their names at all.
Yep. I halfway feel bad about it, but then again, I just have to trust the fact that new people come into this thing every single tournament. But I'm going with the middle form right there. That looks super solid.
She's stroking it.
Actually, this is an important match right here.
Flashed over to Reynolds and Jones.
Yep.
They haven't given us a camera view of that, so we have no idea what's happening.
Well, Erica's down by 2. Was down by 2, so let's add this up. Erica's clean. Reynolds, it's hard to say.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
This could be over.
Out. That's
out. This could be done deal.
If I had my binoculars, we're close enough to the target we could actually see it.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah, here we go. It's good that we finally got some shots of these guys. That was super solid.
Bang. Men's Open Pro will continue in the next end. They're going to hold off, let everybody catch up.
Perfect. That's excellent.
What's happening over here with D? Can you see what's going on with D and his man that is shooting off with here?
I don't know. I know that
Grandmaster D. He's been in it for a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's shooting it. Let's watch Erica here. Very long for her. She hasn't really seemed like her normal self with the rhythm and stuff like that. So, and she's expecting, right? They made that announcement.
Yes.
So
I saw it on Facebook just the other
yep.
day.
So is she battling like morning sickness or anything that would maybe?
I know a few women who competed all the way up through very late in their
Yeah,
pregnancy, and
yep.
some of them shot like state record scores, national record scores.
With the extra
And
stabilizer.
that makes me want to get like a 25-pound bag of shot and put it in a fanny pack, you know.
You're at a
That would
10-pound
make me
bag
more,
right now.
Hey, easy. Easy. That hurts. I'm trying here. Gosh.
I've been
All
there.
the beautiful people like to pick on the fat people.
That's not true.
I hate that.
Yeah, but the thing we actually took my
Hauser's
boy.
looking a little bored.
Yeah.
He's got the yawn going.
We took my boy to see Jim Gaffigan.
That boy of yours is turning on. He's shooting a good bit.
Yeah, he is a pretty physical specimen. He's swimming hours and hours and hours a day, and then he's running, and then he's running some more for his 3 sports. But all he's ever shot since the very first arrow he's ever let go out of a compound bow was a Evolution, Carter Evolution. Him and Sharon both. They shoot Carter Evolutions every day hunting, everything. That's all they shoot.
Yeah, I use that pressure activated release often.
Yeah.
To just, especially for new kids or people who have issues, to kind of underline the feeling or the moves that you have to make in order to make a release go.
Yeah.
Because that release will not work unless you
Pull
make the
through
moves.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. Continue to pull through. So, yeah. Hopefully I answered your question there, Ben, about both eyes open.
Use a blinder, Ben. That's the easiest way.
When you're having issues with double vision,
and if you
was
can't
it just
do
the target or 2 pins? I saw 2 scopes with targets in them.
Yeah, me too. And I learned to just block it out, or the images came together.
If you squint, I could obviously eliminate it. But then what happens is when you shoot with one eye closed, ultimately your pupil dilation is tighter. You're not letting as much light in, so you're actually not able to see as clear as when you have both eyes open.
Yeah, but I tell people not to kill themselves on it, because you look at some of the best shooters out there. Jesse winks an eye shut. Terry Ragsdale winks an eye shut. So that doesn't mean that you can't be the best because you got one eye closed. But both eyes open definitely is preferable. You get more light, you can see better, you're more aware of what's going on.
Yeah, it's just whether or not you want to be a one-eyed best or a two-eyed best, really.
Yeah.